foods is one of those really tricky ones, especially for our little people with those sensory preferences and things like that. But to make it super clear, like abundantly, wholly clear, unless it is foods for medical purpose, you cannot use NDIS funding to do that. Okay, do not pass go, do not collect $200. You cannot buy food. So examples of foods for special medical purpose is your Sustagen, your Pediasure, all that sort of thing. It's prescribed by a dietitian. And when you go for a planning meeting, your dietitian is supposed to complete quite a significant, it's like an AT request. It's a nutrition and supplementation plan, because that can cost about $20,000 to $30,000. However, from a food perspective, so, you know, my daughter's a tubie. Even if I'm blending her foods, the argument from the agency is that I would have to buy her food regardless. So even if I'm blending it, I still, you know, even if she didn't have a disability, I would be going to Woolies and I would be buying food to feed her. It's just that I'm blending it. Where it comes into, you know, I guess that where it's allowed is if I am an adult with a disability, and you can say, for instance, Uber Eats is an example. If you can demonstrate on an invoice where the ingredients are and then the difference between preparation and delivery, you can claim preparation and delivery. All right. I'm having a mental blank as to whether it has to be a stated support. I feel like it's a stated support, the meal stuff. Tabitha's nodding her head.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
It must be included in the plan.
Yeah, beautiful. So it's a stated support anyway. So basically, you're going to know if you can use your funding to pay for food, really. But there are ways around it. So, you know, whilst you might not be able to pay directly for, say, Light and Easy, for example, mind you, though, I believe Light and Easy have altered their invoicing, but I'm just going to use that as an example because for any little people, it would be near impossible to justify paying for Light and Easy because as a parent, it is our responsibility to feed our children. And we need to then, you know, it's up to you and the agency to argue over when would be a reasonable time where that responsibility is no longer yours. Is it 16? Is it 18? Is it 12? And I will leave that to you and your team to argue over. But coming down to, I guess, being a little bit more pragmatic is it's fine to have a support worker to then help with meal prep and feeding. So again, I'll use Pippa as an example. It is parental responsibility for me to cook a meal for her. But then we can go, well, is blending then doing you know, cleaning all of her equipment and all that sort of stuff, then you could sort of start to get into that justification for a support worker to help with meal prep. All right. Pre-packaged, I just see this with Tracy's question, pre-packaged blended food from Wholesome Blends blended by Sarah. Yeah, look, Sarah is an absolute legend. And it honestly depends on your planner. So Wholesome Blends is actually foods for special medical purposes. However, from our perspective, we've had mixed results with asking for Wholesome Blends in the NDIS plans. Some delegates are like, yep, no worries. Other delegates are no, because it's actual food. So the best we've been able to do in those circumstances is be able to justify a month's worth of supply to have on hand of the Wholesome Blends pouches. Because if there's a power outage, and the family can't then blend the foods if they're on a wholesome food diet. So I don't want to say that you can't, because it honestly depends on each individual. And Sarah and her amazing team will help you with how, you know, they're really good at helping you articulate your arguments to the agency to get their amazing products funded. So in terms of the no's, I know there's lots of questions in regards to blenders. I'll be really honest, we've applied for a few and we have not been successful in getting those over the line with replacement supports. So it's a no, and you can try through replacement supports. Laxatives and over-the-counter meds are an absolutely not, and meals or snacks during STA, this is such a hard one at the minute. In terms of to be safe and protect you and your family, I would strongly encourage against it. Okay,